Alright, today's post is going to be a rant, more specifically like a football rant, because I ain't got anything else to rant about. But today's rant is about why everybody hates the Cowboys. What's up with that? Like, okay, we in the divisional round right now. I say we, the teams in the divisional round right now, they're going to be facing off the 49ers. And all I see in a bunch of comments is like, oh, they're going to get blown out by San Fran. Oh, they're going to drop a 40 burger. No one has dropped a 40 burger on the Cowboys yet. They have faced top 10 teams multiple times this season, and none of them has dropped a 40 burger on them yet. No one has come close to dropping a 40 burger on them yet. No one. Absolutely nobody. No one's even dropped 35 points on them yet this season. Like, come on now. And I mean, as a Cowboys fan, okay, yeah, our fan base is annoying. Yeah, I get that. But dear God, everybody else is so annoying too. You got people like Stephen A. Smith, you know, that football announcer, the main dude up in ESPN, the woke dude or whatever, who turned sports into a bunch of political bullcrap. He was out here, like, no matter what, he calls Cowboys first round exits. They could win the Super Bowl 5 times in a row, and he would still find a reason to complain. Now, I get it. Back in the 90s, 92, 93, and no, it was 93, 94, 96 or something like that, where the Cowboys just absolutely crapped in everybody's Cheerios. It wasn't fun. Everybody, like, hated their lives then because they had to deal with the Cowboys. It was the same thing for San Fran in the 80s. Everybody hated San Fran in the 80s. But the amount of hate the Cowboys get is just, like, insane. Like, for no reason. Yeah, there's a few annoying fans out there, but the Eagles fans are a lot worse. Like, I mean, you had a few of them literally celebrating somebody's injury. I think there's this one post by this dude named Eagle Takes Two. He was just celebrating Dak Prescott's injury, and then he was telling his own franchise QB, Jalen Hurts, to get up, that his shoulder injury wasn't anything. Anyway, that's beside the point. The point is that there is no reason for the amount of hate we get. Just because we're confident in our franchise, that we believe in our franchise, does not deserve all the hate. It's pretty sad that no one else really believes in their franchise the way the Cowboys do. I mean, sure, you could say like, oh, be realistic, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, if you have negative thoughts about your team, like, all the time, like, if you say, oh, we're going to lose, you're going to manifest it. Like, Cleveland Browns, for example, their fans have been on a freaking losing streak for God knows how long. I don't even think they ever won an AFC championship. I think they get kicked out of first-round playoffs every time they get in. And it's because everybody on the team and all the fans have a losing mindset. They've never done anything with their franchise because they have a losing mindset. Even the Lions have done, like, stuff with their franchise. This year they went 9-8. And before the Super Bowl was even a thing, they won 8 equivalent of Super Bowls. They won like 8 of them. Those NFL championships or something like that. I don't know. Way back then. So even they were winning awards and trophies and stuff because they had a winning mindset. And it's really a shame that no other franchise, or almost no other franchise, maybe besides the Arrowheads, have a winning perspective. And then they get mad at Cowboys fans for having a winning perspective, for being confident, like, about their own team, being excited. Who isn't excited to watch their team play? And sure, Cowboys fans are loud about it. That's also because we're in the middle of Texas. There's nothing to do in the middle of Texas. Not a goddamn thing. If you're in Central Texas, I'm not talking San Antonio, Austin, or anything in the below. I'm talking top to middle. Sure, there's a couple things to do in Dallas. I'm talking the country. And really low down East Texas. There's not a goddamn thing to do. And you think we're going to root for the Texans? No. No one wants to root for the goddamn Texans. Like, Texans are a sorry franchise. Who wants to root for them? I mean, sure, I live closer to the Texans than what I do the Cowboys. My own dad roots for the Texans for some reason. But they're just a sorry franchise. They have a sorry owner They had been having sorry coaching for God knows how long. They haven't been good since they lost the divisionals to the Chiefs. Like, I don't know, dude. It's just a really sad thing. And everybody, like, even after we won the first round of playoffs, after everybody was calling us first round exits, which we weren't because the score was like 31-14. That last touchdown the Buccaneers made didn't even matter. Like, the defense just kind of let them run. Even after we won the first round, people were like, "Oh, it's not a good. It's not. It doesn't matter. It was the worst playoff team." I think the worst playoff team was probably the Chargers for blowing a 27-point lead. Like, everybody craps on the Cowboys no matter what. The Chargers losing by 27, strong and independent. Cowboys freaking beat a playoff team by 16 points, which probably should have been 20 because our kicker kind of sold on that. But we beat him by a good margin, and then we get crapped on for it. No matter what, no matter if we win, lose, or tie, we could be the losingest franchise in the entire league, and we'd get crapped on by everybody. We can be the most winning franchise in the league, and we can still get crapped on. I mean, we're pretty high up there. We have 5 rings, but still, it's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Like, in all of my life, I have never seen more hatred come out of anybody's hearts than literally every team towards Dallas. Every team towards Dallas, especially the Eagles, but that's division rivalry because the other two can't really compete. But it's just crazy. There's no reason for it. All this hate's just kind of getting out of control at this point. And no hate to any teams or whatever team you like. I don't really care. I mean, back then like 6 years ago, Saints used to be my favorite team of all time. And I mean, come on now, like, I had a good reason. Drew Brees was freaking crazy, and I was a little kid. But yeah, there's no reason why anybody should hate a team this much. Like I said, I don't know who crapped in y'all's freaking Cheerios like 30 years ago, and why the entire league just gangs up on the Cowboys. Even the commissioner hates Jerry Jones and the Cowboys. That has been confirmed in a press conference. He hates them more than anybody. He's in a position of football power and he hates them. Like, that's probably not good. You probably shouldn't be biased as the actual commissioner. But I digress. I guess that was my rant. That's about it. See you.